Okay, we're live. Awesome.
Hey!
Hello. First time we're here on Google Hangout Air, so
Yeah,
hi.
exciting. Hi.
Yes. Hello, everyone. My name is Christina Goebel. I am co-founder and president of plantheday.com and really excited to have Kristen Rocco with us here today to talk about Love Notery. And just a little bit of background on Kristen. She's a professional love storyteller. And she's putting her professional background as an interviewer, reporter, and writer to work as she created Love Notery to help couples make their love stories an integral part of their wedding day, as well as just really create a tangible keepsake for their love story to pass down for generations to come. So, Kristen, I'll let you talk a bit more about how you got started.
Hey, Christina, thanks for having me. Super excited to be here. I see your love story a little bit in your background, so that's exciting. I got my start because I just felt really wholeheartedly that the love story wasn't a bigger part of the wedding day. And then when I started to think about why all the reasons why you were saying I do wasn't more taken into account, I just felt like it was really needed for people to have their love story made in a tangible form. And so I started interviewing couples and documenting their love stories and then turning them into a frame keepsake that they could cherish forever, and also, like you said, pass down as a family heirloom.
I love that. I think it's such a great idea, and because it's such a big piece of your wedding day. So
Absolutely. So I'm excited to talk to you today because, like I said before, typically the wedding day has a lot to do with food and venue choice and flower choice. But I really wanted to help brides and grooms get some ideas about how they can take little pieces and parts of their love story and bring that more into the wedding day as well.
Well, yay. I'm excited for you to talk to us about those tips on how to bring your love story to your wedding day. So we'll get started.
Awesome. Okay, so I've got 3 tips for you today. And the first tip is to write your own vows. And so writing your own vows is a completely personal way for you to share your love with your soon-to-be husband, but also get your guests a little bit more familiar with your love story. So I think it's really important for couples to write their own wedding vows, and even if they don't say them on the altar itself, to take some time to actually say it to each other during the wedding day, and make sure that you're able to say exactly how you feel about your fiance on that day, and I think that's a really important thing to do.
Yes, I love that because it's something that I didn't even think about for my wedding. And I know for me, I was like, there's so much going on. I can't even imagine trying to think about my wedding vows and what I want to say. It just seems like a lot of pressure. But I love that, hey, it's great to write it down, and then why not share it sometime during that day, or maybe for an anniversary or something, just something to come back and do that. And I thought that was really just such a really great idea. So
absolutely,
I love that.
Really no better way to speak straight from the heart of your relationship than writing your own wedding vows. And so that's why I think it's such an important part of the ceremony. I guess sometimes it's hard to think a little bit about how to personalize the ceremony, but this is the best way to do that, to speak straight from your heart and say your own wedding vows on that day.
Yes, I love that. Absolutely love that.
Also, I just wanted to mention that, I know it can be an overwhelming experience to kind of write your own vows, especially when there's so much that's gone on probably in the history of your relationship. You're like, what part do I choose? How long is it? I've created a mini course. It's an email course, completely free, if people want to just go to my website, www.lovenotery.com. They can get some help writing their wedding vows, and hopefully they'll come away with some heartfelt, meaningful vows after taking that class.
Yeah, that's so nice.
The second thing I wanted to talk about, second tip about how to bring your love story into the wedding day, is to create an element or several elements that represent a piece of your love story. So one thing that I really love when couples do is, a lot of times couples move around the country together, or they started their relationship in, Atlanta, Georgia, which is where I live, but then they've traveled to all these different fun countries or different places of the United States and had really great experiences traveling together. And I think it's such a cool idea to create a map of all of those places you've gone as a couple. So that's one instance of something that you can do to really share more about your relationship to your wedding guests. You can also use like elements like food, where maybe you love donuts. I know there's a donut truck out there. There's a pie bar. So maybe you have some really fun story around eating pie together. There's awesome. So much you can do with food that actually can tell a story about you and your fiance. Me and my husband really love pizza, so it would have been a cool idea to have a pizza bar, for example.
Yeah, for like a late night snack or something.
Exactly. Yeah, really, and I love when the bride and groom share a little bit more about why did they have this particular element at their wedding. So maybe you have a pizza bar, but I think it's a really cool idea to write a little something about it to tell your guests how that was an important part of your relationship, or why that's a fun thing for you guys as a couple to experience.
I love that. And now that you say that, you make me think of my first date with Matt was actually July 4th, fireworks. Yep. So how cool would it have been to have a fireworks display at the end of the night?
Absolutely.
Didn't even think about it until now. Let's just do it again. Let's get married
again. Do it, Christina. Right. Maybe your 10-year vows or renewal 10. But yeah, I think there's all these really cool ideas about how you can integrate some of those elements about how you met or some of the cool defining moments of your relationship into that day. And make your wedding guests feel a part of your story. That's a big, big deal. And especially because there's people coming from all different walks of life. Some don't know each other. Some really don't know you as the couple much. Maybe they know your how we met story, or they know the proposal story, but there's probably not a lot that they know in between. So I think they want to celebrate you, and giving them more reasons and more, ways to know you is only going to make them feel more connected to your day.
That is so true. Awesome.
And then the third tip I wanted to share is about documenting your love story, which is something that I do. I love the aspect of being able to interview couples about how they met, and then all the pieces of their story in between to the proposal. And then that, I document it as a news article, and it can be shared in several different ways leading up to the wedding day and on the wedding day itself. So once your story is written down, you can put it on your wedding website, so that, there's always that how we met section, or that tab on the wedding website, to give your guests a better idea of who you are as a couple. So you can do that. You can also print it on your ceremony programs, so that when people are waiting in the church or wherever you're having the ceremony, instead of using the ceremony program as a fan, they can actually be reading your love story as they wait. And then at the reception, you can frame it, or I send it to you framed as well as the digital file. And then it can be at the guest book sign-in table. So as they're signing your wedding guest book, they can also read about your love story there.
Yes, I love it. So many great ideas, from everything. The ceremony piece of it, I think that's huge, because a lot of times you're sitting there and kind of waiting, for it to all start. So what not such a great way to even have some piece of it there. And then obviously I have mine over here, but I need to put it in a special place here too. So
yeah, I think it creates a really great memento after the wedding day. And I always love to tell couples, every anniversary you can pull it out and remind yourselves of all the, how you fell in love. And I hope, it's my hope, and I think this is true, that the warm and fuzzy feelings come back once you read it as you read it every time. So you take the time during an anniversary, or maybe you get in a little tiff with your partner, but you go back and you read your story and you remember, okay, maybe we're going through a hard time right now, but this is the essence of why we're together.
Absolutely. And it was just really cool too, from my personal experience when you did this with us, just being able to relive that moment of our love story and tell it again was really kind of got emotional. It's just really, really special. And to have that, keep saying that, to look back and look at it is really, really neat. So, well, thank you so much, Kristen. It's awesome.
It was so good to connect with you, Christina.
Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Really appreciate it.
Sure.
And brides, we will be back actually today, tonight at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And we're going to have a photographer on the show to talk about wedding photojournalism versus traditional bridal photography. So really excited to have him on the show. And as always, if you are finding this to be helpful, share it with your girlfriends and follow us on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, Plan the Day app, so you can get updates on our upcoming shows and bridal tips that we have for you to help you with your wedding planning. So we're all about less stress, more kisses. So thanks again, everyone, for tuning in. And thank you, Kristen. And have a great day, everyone.
Bye.
Bye.